Welcome to Dragonfly Trading. My name is Carrie, and I'm a full-time trader in the crypto and Forex markets. Today's video is going to be an update on Bitcoin, and we're going to take a look at the Pocket Network. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is just the way that I see the market. My course has had a little delay with the website, but it is coming. Just bear with me. What I want to emphasize is this course is a system, not just a strategy. Most courses are designed around a strategy that is inconsistent, or most important, it doesn't teach you how to apply it to real price action, which makes it unreliable. My system builds onto each component and lesson, working its way to applying it to real price action, which makes it reliable, trustworthy, and gives you the confidence in knowing exactly what you are looking for to take action on a trade. Hopefully, not much longer, and I'll be making the pre-sale announcement. All right, let's get started. So I am on the Brave New Coin Liquid Index so that we can see all the price action. Not a lot has changed. We've been going sideways for a while, but we're going to go over the things that we do know. We do know that on a monthly time frame, we've never cracked or closed a candle underneath the 50. If we were to do that, I talked about the two structures that this would need to be, because if we come in and overlap this 20K area, the only things that can do that is 3s and 4s or 1s and 2s. Now, with the 1s and 2s, they should get smaller and smaller and smaller as they go up, and that is the case here. So I wouldn't expect a break of 50 really if this is going to be a 2. I'm sorry, a 4. Okay? Because a 4 really should hold the prior 4th. Now, if it's going to be a 2, then there's a chance that we could, once in history here, first time ever, crack 50. Because we would be not allowed to break the low at approximately 3,200. So it's something to watch. Okay. RSI on the monthly, the lowest it has ever been is approximately 40. Okay. If history is going to repeat itself, we would expect it to hold 40. But it doesn't mean that it cannot crack it. It can. Because there's always a first time for everything. Okay? But let's watch it to hold 50. The band is right here. Okay? And it's never cracked it before. So let's see what happens with that. All right, let's move down to the weekly. Let me bring this in. Okay, the lowest the weekly has ever been is 23. 2 times we hit 23. In this area and in this area. Also, we know that we have never broken the 300. We've wicked down to it, but never broken it, which is sitting at approximately 16,000. And we would stay out of this wave 1 if that can hold. We've always come back up if we've broken through the 200 and closed back above it. That's sitting at approximately 22,000. So if history is going to repeat itself, maybe we wick through it, close back above it, and we just tap the top of there. Okay? We're going to have to wait and see. Nobody knows. If they say they do, well, they don't. That's all I'll say about that. Okay? All right. Let's talk about the counts first. Nothing has changed since my last video. We're basically just going to go over it again and then look at the lower time frame. Okay? If we want the orange WXY to happen, we need to hold where all of these fib levels are lining up, which is approximately 22,000 to 23,000. They're all lining up within about $100 of each other, right about 23,000. If the market cannot hold this level as a C wave, meaning that it would need to roll over, okay? Maybe it's slightly up and then it rolls over. We know what we need to see out of here. We need to see a 5-wave move that takes out this supply zone and gets above it with its wave 2 pullback. That's what we want to see. Okay? We want to hold this area for this WXY, assuming it's coming from over here, to play out. If it doesn't, then that WXY comes off the table and we go to the next one, okay, which is the yellow one. And it would assume that the market ended at this top, that this was a 5-wave move. Okay. We've got 3 down for white W, an X wave, and then we have another zigzag for the white Y that leads into the yellow W. All of this is a 3-wave move, X. 2 ways to look at this. The first is that the C wave ended already at this low. That we're going to make an X wave or a B wave, depending on how high it can come. And then we'll come down and see our Y, and then we're looking at these fib levels. Approximately 19,300 and 17,300. Okay? The other way that it can go about this is that C's not done. It comes down to these fib levels, but we don't bounce out of here in 5 waves. We actually come up at that point and make an X wave or a B wave. And then we come deeper. Okay? So yes, it's all dependent on what this is going to do right now. That determines which way are we going. Are we making X wave later after a rollover, or are we making X wave now? That's the only difference. Okay? Or is it one more rollover, C's going to hold, and we're going to blast out of here? I hope I explained that well and it was understandable. Okay? Now, if we really start dumping and we roll over So say this does something like this, and then we roll over in 5 waves, and it's very wimpy, and it 3 waves up, and then it 5 waves down, okay? And it just keeps going bearish. Then we're going to have to go to this count, okay? Where this first move was a diagonal for a 1 or an A. We pulled back for a 2 or a B. And then we're either coming down in C or a third wave. And we'll have to wait and see which one it is. Okay, if we start cracking these fib levels right here, we will have to assume that it's a C or a third. Okay. Now there's one more on the table, and that's the diagonal. Okay. You're not going to know if we do make the X wave now, whether we have a 4 or we have an X wave. But how will you know? Well, we can't make 5 waves right here because all of these are 3s. So it will need to come down in a 3-wave move. And we're looking at the same exact extensions that we're looking for with that yellow Y. Okay, so this diagonal will apply the same way the yellow Y will. Okay, then at this point we need to come out. And we will not know until we break this high if this is a leading diagonal. Okay, we're hoping for an ending. All right, let's take a look at the lower time frame. So we have been in this sideways movement for 13 days. Yes. And I know I'm ready for it to do something. I don't know about anybody else, but I am. Where is it at? Okay. Let's talk about it. I'm going to get a little closer here. All right. This white leg, I am looking for a partner for it. I do not think, and I don't feel it has a partner yet, because none of these legs to the upside hit the minimum requirement of the 618. This is a difficult sideways price action because this is what I call sandwiching. It's where you have some lower degree and higher degree waves, and it's difficult to connect them. Now you could almost say that maybe the leg is like this, and you probably wouldn't be wrong, because when we look at other exchanges, we do not have these wicks down here. And this wave right here hit the 618. So to call this a complete leg would be correct, which changes the projection outwards. If we're going to call this whole leg one leg, and I'll try not to make this confusing, it means that this here was an interconnector. Most likely connecting these two together. And now it's trying to make some type of 3-wave move up, which means it needs another 3-wave down before we would get this leg to the upside. And that's just changing it, saying that this whole leg is 1. But if we say that that is not the case, and we bring it over here, then we have yellow as a entire leg, blue as the connector, yellow as the entire leg. And we could be slowly but surely getting the white leg to the upside. But this is corrective. It is in no way, this is definitely a 3-wave move, but it is not pumpy in it by any means. And it is suggesting that we will probably only make it to the 618. But it may surprise us and get above this resistance. But if it does, then I won't be calling it a 4th wave anymore, because a higher degree 4th really shouldn't break a prior degree. And we definitely can't come into this wave 1 territory. So if it goes up too high, we'll have to call it the X wave. Okay? And then at that point, it would be down. All right? So it's basically the same thing. Okay? Are we getting X wave now for the WXY? Okay, this X wave now. Or is it going to roll over and then we're going to get X wave? Or are we going to get out of here? Okay. All right, let's take a look at the pocket network. On the daily time frame, as you can see, we have reversal divergence. And it's peeking its head and holding 40 here. This is a bullish sign. It's trying to creep up and push. Taking a look, and there's also bullish divergence all the way down. Okay, I see the move as a 3-wave move for W, a 3-wave move for X, and this as a zigzag for Y. Let's get in a little closer here. I believe that this last move is a 1, a 2, 3, it's trying to make 4, and possibly 5 to the downside. Okay. But really all it needs to do, and let me get in a little closer here. This could be 4 right here. It's already started 5, and all it has to do is crack the low. Just crack the low, because this is a little 5-wave move right there. Reset itself, and it can pop. The reason that it's been so dumpy is because when it started to dump, there's nothing here to stop it. This just went straight up into the air. Okay? So there is absolutely no supply zones in here. But I would call this a 1 and call this a 2. We just absolutely can't break that bottom. But I think that it is close to trying to transition. Okay? Whether it does a little 4th, a little 5th. Okay? And then we want to take out this area completely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one.